This is the Underground Railroad Education Center in Albany, New York, a museum and historical society dedicated to preserving and sharing the history of American slavery and the abolitionist movement. But over 150 years ago, this was the residence of Stephen and Harriet Myers. Stephen Myers was born into slavery in upstate New York around the year 1800, but was freed at the age of 18. After marrying Harriet Johnson, the couple became devoted to African American suffrage and fought for it in nearly every conceivable way. They developed black economic development projects, trade and skill training organizations for black laborers, founded and wrote for several abolitionist newspapers, and lobbied the New York State legislature for African American suffrage relentlessly. But sometimes the tools required to combat injustice cannot be found within the confines of the law. The Myers family aided escaping slaves in their journey north to Canada and to freedom, using this house as the base of their liberatory operation as a part of the famous Underground Railroad. According to one of the leading Underground Railroad historians, Harriet Tubman herself selected Albany as a stop on many of her rescue operations because Stephen Myers looked after her and those with her. When the American Civil War erupted, Stephen continued fighting for African American suffrage by supporting the war effort, even personally recruiting soldiers for the 54th Massachusetts Infantry, as well as other black units. Harriet Myers would pass away in 1865, the same year that slavery was abolished in the United States. Stephen would pass away 5 years later, and when the Albany Evening Times published his obituary, they stated that he did more for his people than any other colored man living, including Frederick Douglass. Today, the home that once sheltered hundreds of black men, women, and children in their journey to freedom is now open to the public as a vital resource to preserve black history locally and nationally, and is on the African American Civil Rights Network, New York State Underground Railroad Heritage Trail, and is listed on the National Register of Historic Places.